Ndizi TV ni gocheragire Chinsa Ikomi chabona maragoba chinga kingo kwaregania tumanya mangana maya senchera yo wenge bunabeire ka watka ireteriane Dorcas Kemuma ni go to chukubwatira nere Lydia Mose oyo kumanya gwetera senchera ye manyero nere sara mumanyi kwena kingama yogene chibicha wikira senchera yo wikirano nabogo tobwatia gwetera senchera ye mitandao asense moya YouTube tonyere buna Ndizi TV News naboigo ase website yeto tonyere na www.ndizitv.net na sense moya Facebook na otorebu na Ndizi TV News Digital. Abo basaba banyanyimbo ba DCI niko bagendete okora obutuki ase abantu bali baba kubwataranirwa no obonia boboyo boborimo ase enseto ya Kenya ase ritukoria rero nigo omonchoreria Benjamin Josiah Karioki aikana bosio obisi yo ya DCI eryo koyaneria amaborio igore company yaye eyo yabage kubwataranirwa ase oboyo boborimo nabo igo nigo Josiah baga kuborirwa gwikira na bosio bwebunge rituko ria Jumanne ryo kwiranira amaburi kubwata igoro ye company yo ne ibwatiranire asobonia boboyo boborimo bakorawa na abawakiri baya chinga kibale kwana ne chinyomba choboraria mo wakiri dance tani umari nigo bayigereire company ya Karioki na gwatebabuna nige company yaya yabere gukora emirimo emiya nabo igo kobeka ebintu byonsi bwasio kuna tenene ase igo tebwatike mwakende gyokubwatiraniwa noboyo boborimo meyense.
A subsidy. Today he's here saying he's never been given a penny, and we have asked the police to give us any evidence that he was given subsidy. Number two, he has an agency with the National Cereals Board where his products that have been licensed by KEPS, by all the agencies of government, pass there, and the National Cereals Board gets a commission out of it. Today, this businessman runs almost 3/4 of the income National Cereals Board has generated for the last 3 years. It was his product. National Cereals Board had died. Had he not come in to produce and have that agency, they couldn't be running on a profitable position. So he has nothing to hide. He's here. We are waiting for the police. We shall also go to Parliament and show that all he has is genuine. The government wants to turn the story, the fake fertilizer, by cartels who are fake. They want to use genuine Kenyan businessmen to deflect the real issue. That
to certify you that he has not done any wrong, please confront us with the allegations straight. Let us have the paper trail you're talking about. Let us have the documentation that you are having, so that he can be able to know what to answer. This throwing around of words and spreading words so that we have a public relations exercise is damaging businesses of people. This gentleman has done no wrong, and you can see quite clearly he has presented himself here. The police have no problem with him right now, and that is why they have told us to be able to come back on a later date, which is
Togotigana nayo tunagosika mutwika sense Amayia wachenu nigo ekyombe ky'abanyagitari ba kya KMPDU nigo bono baganirie serikali kwangoya emeroberio yo gwikirania amagani abo bunaba bete ba koigwana aso okoigwana ko mwaka bwechirwebere na 15 asikeri bateruna nigo abakenya bange bagenderete gochandika na nigo bono baganirie serikali koigwa ebiroro byabo rinde bayirane kinyagitari na gokonya abakenya bagukwana ne chinyumba cy'oburari bakorawa no mulikyo bomonene Davji Atera nigo bayigo bamochirie serikali asoko gosereria kubabuta meremo abanyagitari abo bare ase omugirobo.
To any person who's coming in the workplace. These are the terms. Because SRC has refused to give a letter. Since the First World War,
solidarity forever, for the union.
The lecturers and the doctors have all vowed not to go to any hospital, be it MTRH, be it clinical trainings, be it services in the private facilities across. They've said as doctors who are members of KMPDU, they're out. And this resolve cannot be deterred by any intimidations or any threats or any victimizations. Many of the doctors have been receiving shockers letters from different employers. But we are saying we are not going to be afraid of receiving them. You can send them as much as you want. You can suspend all the doctors who are home. You can fire all the doctors who are at home.
Fire us all.
But I must say, that will not change the resolve.
Yes.
We are in this as long as the government wants it to be.
Health coverage will not be achieved by public relations and mere rhetoric. It will take deliberate investment in healthcare. To the doctors of this country, the CBA, the Collective Bargaining Agreement of 2017, ensures that we get quality doctors through quality trainings and quality remuneration. We are saying implement the CBA because that will be the hallmark of UHC. Because without doctors, there is no UHC.
Consider the internship a bare minimum. We are not even debating on internships. Internship, let them fix the problem they created, then we can start discussing the issues that we want sorted out in this current situation. And we really feel sorry for Kenyans because it's the government that has abandoned the Kenyans.
Etureti y'abagavana nigo yaganirie okuigwana igati y'abanyagitari amone serikali okwo mwaka bw'ekirwa 2015 ekorigererwa buya asekeri batena nigo okuigwana okwekore akongu goikirania gosamachiko ayo arama akongu goikirania naboigo ayande atabwati emana ende korengana no munyakirogo abwe etureti yo y'abagavana ase komiti yobochenu oyo boigore omugavana we county ya Tarakaniti Muthomi Nchuki ni gobono atebire buna abanyagitari 90 na batano asemi nigo bono barikire na serikali na kiromonto nigo abwate ekonda yae goche ase chi county 90 na ibere aseigo okogenderera kukogira emirimo yabo nigo gukore mamincha.
The CBA was signed in 2017, and those fellas were very clever. It was signed in 2017, just before elections. I will not stand here on behalf of Council of Governors and say it was signed under duress, so I didn't say it. And some of those terms that have been put there are the ones I'm talking about. A CBA that talks about interns being recognized by the union, yet they are not employees of the either OMEOCH or Council of or the county governments, then there is a problem there with our CBA. However, I am reporting with a lot of confidence that most of the counties are at 95% in terms of payment of arrears of some of those issues raised in the CBA. In fact, last time we took an audit, some of the counties had actually overpaid. And therefore, we need an interrogation of that CBA. We need to go through it with a tooth comb to ensure that we are talking about CBA that may be warranting a strike, because different counties are different levels. That is why I would really appreciate if the strikes were divided in terms of counties in this country. I'm sure if it was done per county, only there may be less than 10 counties where the doctors will be on strike. And even those will be at very advanced level.
Chinga kiechogaigo mugavana yobe county ya Tarakaniti Muthomi Nchuki niga atebirabna nigo bagendete korigereria igati ya maganyo ayo abanyagitari baganete asekeri amenta gotebabna ayande babeire bakoikirania asebono aganiri abanyagitari gochamo na kwenekinga ngokora bare omugirobo kagokwana chinga kibaringa so mujigabo kwenanwa kwebye gwa goche ase obokoreri bo bachenu imeyomochi o Nairobi Muthomi ni goboigo akwanira igoro yomugiro ase ensengima asekeri atebetumna nigo aigatie chi county chinde chabeire chigoikirania amaganio ase abanyagitari na bono asale no mwichano na seki kogera abanyagitari bakogira emirimo yabo ase ense engima ya Kenya.
I tend to think, although I do not want to go along that route, there is more than that meets the eye in that strike. Especially now that you see this succession move from the doctors to the clinic officers to the clinicians, to the lab technicians. And next could be the support staff, and probably the nurses are doing it in a different style. So we need to dig deeper. I know what is eating. We know what is eating what, because I don't believe it has anything to do with those things that are being talked about. There's something else beyond. I don't want to say it's politics, because that would be very bad politics. Is that all the 47 counties have 95% of the health personnel that we are discussing at the moment, including the doctors, the clinic officers, and even the lab technicians that are currently on strike. Those 95% of those health workers, none of them has a contract with anybody in the whole of Kenya. Every doctor has a contract with a specific county. If it is the doctors in Nairobi, they are not answerable to the governor of Rakanithi. However, mysteriously, and I don't know how that happened, they are under one umbrella of a union that purports to control everything in the 47 counties. It is amazing.
Muriki obutambe ase wizara y'obachanu Meri Mudhoni nigo abaganiri abanyagitari gocha amona gukora igikano gichinkwana ne serikali eri okurigia chinchera barakore omuchando oyu agenderete asense yeto ya Kenya oyu irire abanyagitari kokora omugiro bw'emirimo yabo ase gikage cheki isato ase ali gukwana chinga kyaringa ase omuyegabo kwena no kwebyoga ebyegwa goche ase ensemo y'obachanu gusaba korera ibobachanu ime yense ase mucho Nairobi nigo Mudhoni boigo aterona nerebuya chinkwano kokorwa na koigwana asekeri ebintu mbire biranyale guikiranirwa nebinde nabo bikoganya oika amatuko ari motwe rinde serikali enyale guikirania.
HRH is an agenda that we cannot leave behind. Alongside all the others, digitization, health, financing, commodities, HRH is top on the list. And this is the time to have this very discussion about it. Please, I'm telling you like your peers, we have received your issues. And I know the governor is here. He will attest. And we acknowledge, yes, there are issues. But we can't sort them when we are raising banners in the streets. When the government has offered to release money to sort out some of these issues, meanwhile, we continue being on the table to discuss. And again, the court has asked you, call off the strike and allow diplomacy to take place. Why do we have to go back to the streets? So for me, my door is open, as always. Any ideas that you have, we have the list, and we know what you're asking for. We know what is doable, and you know equally what is doable. So if we have extended goodwill and we have actually started actioning on some of the demands that have been placed, why do you have to leave the patients?
Togoska moto mwanchumuliria ekiombe gie kanisa korwa ase kia NCCK korwa ase rogongo rwa Lower Eastern Region nigobono baboririe serikali goikange abanyagitari eryo gosonsorana emechando eyuegerete abanyagitari kugira emirimo yabo ase getambe bagokwana ase tukoria rero maiga yogokora obochori asensemo ya ukambani nigo abaraya bukura ase chikanisa bono baganirie serikali gokonya abakenya abagendete gochandika ase okuboroka abanyagitari ase chinyagitari imeyense ase keribate naniga abakenya bange babeire bagochandika abo abande barwarete amaruire ganetie obokonyi bwa bwango.
Healthcare coverage program and the head who have your medical scheme has extremely exposed the people of Kenya to ill health and untold suffering. It was quite irresponsible on the part of the government to withdraw the two schemes without putting alternative covers in place. We call upon the national and county governments to deliver to Kenyans the provisions of Article 43(1)A, which states that every person has the right to the highest.
Mwancho muriria aigana ngukorera magana maya senchera yobwenge kendra kurigita sene kya Ndizi TV eriwesemia na kwemanya amange na boigona kwegokia iretaria ne Dorcas Kemuma na nigotobotera nere Lydia Mose oyore gokumanya gwetera senchera yemanyerio nere sara mumanyo ane kinga mario gine chibicha gwikira senchera yobwikirano.